Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have more cool comic book slash story slash fun discussion. This such topic will be about great gospel singer named Duranice Pace. Yes, Duranice Pace is a member of the famous gospel singing group named the Anointed Pace Sisters. She is also a very popular soloist artist, and she's also a very popular, well-traveled evangelist, speaker, singer, minister, extraordinaris. Okay, and I will also be comparing power levels of Duranice Pace in regards to her excellence in different categories and skill sets. Okay, much like other great gospel singers that reach legendary status, so did Duranice Pace. And like them, she had humble earliest beginnings, such as in the case with Duranice. She started off singing at 5 years old. And of course, she grew up singing in the church. She was mainly and mostly inspired by her father, who was a part of a famous professional singing group. Well, they were famous on the church touring circuits. So her father was in a quartet group, and it is said she watched him rehearse, that is, from time to time, and she sort of picked up on it. And of course, he inspired and influenced her, much like with his other daughters, who later on formed their own singing group, the Anointed Pace Sisters, which would become one of the most famous gospel singing groups of all time, and certainly of this modernized era. So she sung in the church choir, gained popularity. It is said that her mother also was a gospel singer, but it never said she sung professionally like her father did. But nevertheless, she was raised in a musical inclined family. Okay, now let me get to the power levels of Miss Pace. Okay, it is said that she is a powerful songwriter, having contributed to so many hit records with her sisters as a group and as well as her as a solo artist. It is said that she has immense writing powers. They said her voice is very powerful, where she could change to different sounds. Like she could be a soprano 1 minute and then change to an alto or something. They said she could do that during songs in terms of changing up and going back and from and to. Okay, so Duranice and her sisters toured all over the place as a famous gospel group. They even toured internationally, and they released something like 7 or 8 gospel albums that charted very well on the gospel charts. And they released hit singles that also charted well and sold well enough throughout the 1970s, 80s, where they dominated on the gospel scene at that time, but they dominated in a good way. So everything was going great for the Anointed Pace Sisters, but Duranice decided to go solo like many others, because it comes a time when they feel they need to. So she started releasing solo projects, which did tour, which charted high, that is, on the gospel chart. So she released albums and hit singles that did fairly well, but probably not as great as she did with her sisters. But nevertheless, she released some great music on her own, and she is said to be a very great soloist minister during her international tours, and she's toured all over the place. So during her shows, she could switch between singing and doing ministering and do both at the same time. I know other great legendary gospel singers can do the same, but it is said that she is very special in her own unique way by doing that. So she is a true immense powerhouse on the stage as a minister, evangelist, a true powerhouse, powerful singer, a true powerhouse presence of a graceful, kind, enduring presence and person. And she's an immensely popular royal standard of a gospel singer along with her sisters. Okay, folks, let me know how you feel about this one.